It is time for our final game. But before we do that, hey, we're doing a Zoom show live on Friday, May the 7th, Friday Night Improv, an evening of improvised comedy madness, straight into your house via Zoom. You can see us and we can see you. We can see you. We know what you're doing. We know what you're up to. Stop touching yourself. You can watch your cameras off or on, banter with us, shout your suggestions, or just type them in the Zoom chat. It's like this free show, but it's even more interactive and even more chaotic. Tickets are £5, on sale now through Eventbrite. James will post a link to buy tickets in the comments now, but you come join us. We've already sold loads. The gig is capped at 50 households. So do buy quickly. It'd be a pleasure to see you there. And the last ones were fucking insanity and a huge amount of fun. It'll be a pleasure to see you there. Okay, it is time for our final game. It's World's Worst, where we take it in turns to suggest the world's worst version of a specific subject. This week's subject is World's Worst Birdwatcher. So do hit us up in the comments with your version of World's Worst Birdwatcher. Any suggestions for that? And we'll read some out at the end. But to kick this off, why don't we go with Neil Bratchpiece, World's Worst Birdwatcher.
This would be so much easier if I actually had binoculars and I wasn't blind.
Well, you're taking my lens idea there, apparently.
World's Worst Birdwatcher. I used to go out and about doing this hobby, but my old age has precluded me from doing that anymore. So I just hang around the frozen chickens in the supermarket and I've filled my book. There's another chicken there, look.
World's Worst Birdwatcher. Here in Shetland, we've many ground nesting birds because of the lack of the trees. And because of the lack of predators, we actually have flightless birds. Look, here's one of the most common birds we have in Shetland. And they're quite comfortable near humans. In fact, they can often come quite close to the homestead looking for food. It's a cat.
Not sure what I was expecting. World's Worst Birdwatcher. God, I bloody love bird watching. Well, there's one. Mate, what's that one? What? A common wood pigeon? Fuck, I've never seen that before. That's fucking amazing. A common wood pigeon? Fuck, are they rare? What's that? In every major town and city in Eurasia. You are fucking shitting me, mate. That is fucking sick. Oh, what are those? Binoculars? You're just making shit up. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, so I've been bird watching an awfully long time now. What's that? Yeah. Storks. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah. Herons. Yeah, I've got loads of herons. Egrets. Oh, egrets. I've had a few. Then again, too few to mention.
Boo.
Boo.
World's Worst Birdwatcher. Chatting. Deed chatting. This is so much quicker when you're doing a battery farm, by the way.
Wow, massive bird. That's probably the biggest bird I've ever seen. Get the book. No, it's a plane. Fuck. Every time.
My God. Yes, a white-tailed eagle. Why, that's the rarest bird in the UK. In fact, they've only returned here after being away for 240 years. Still on the 1781, bitch. And I've restored the ecosystem of 2020.
I'm just gonna look at my book of British birds. Blue tit. Sounds like tits. What else have we got? Thrush. Sounds like thrush. Woodpecker. Like a cock. God, I'm alone.
Right. The worst thing is, I never even thought of woodpecker. That's classic.
So yeah, I've been bird watching for an awfully long time now. I have. I've had relationships with quite a few of the birds that I've watched over the years. I went out with I went out with a swift for a wee while there. Dated a chiff-chaff. Went out with a sandpiper for quite a long time there. Quite a long time I was with the sandpiper, but the sex was very one way, you know, and that's the thing with the sandpiper. They can be a very selfish plover. Regrets, I've had a few. Ooh.
Any more for any more?
No, son, just sit quietly. Sit as quietly as you can. Sit quietly as you can and just watch this guy intently. That's what my dad always taught me, and that's what I'm passing down to you now. And if I understand everything my dad taught me, any minute now, these birds are about to get pumped by bees.
World's worst bird watcher. Anybody can watch birds their entire life, but it takes true dedication to spend 40 years watching the same bird. I've been following a starling across the country for 40 years. The same one, I believe. And the worst part is when it migrates, because I have to go to the other end of the world, and in order to not startle it, I have to blend in with the other birds. But I have to say, the last 37 years have been the easiest, because in all that time, that particular bird has not moved. In fact, if anything, it's disintegrated over a period of time, and my travel costs have gone down considerably. The likelihood of it doing anything new is very small. Some of it blew away. And I have had to guard some of it against foxes. But I am going to outlast this bird if it's the last thing I do. No one bring a hose.
Any more for any more? Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. I've seen this bird every day, and I'm hoping you can tell me what it is. Okay, it's just I see it from my house outside. Yeah, every day. It's huge, but it's just passing by every day. It's really bright, but it doesn't make any kind of call. See, the sun. That's it.
Good. I have one more. World's worst bird watcher. Welcome to bird watching, Cub Scouts. Now, remember, children, much like here in Cub Scouts, when you catch a fish and you then throw the fish in the sea, the same rule applies to bird watching. Once you see a bird, you must catch it and then throw it in the sea. Now, here is an endangered red kite I saw earlier, and then proceeds to catch with a shotgun. It's still breathing and wriggling intermittently, so I've tied its wings and feet together with twine. You want to know how? With a bowline knot. You remember that from your knot tying badge. And then we simply stand here on the cliff and forcefully fling it down into the cold, unforgiving ocean beneath. Ha! There we go. Now your turn. In your bags, you'll each find some binoculars, some twine, an M1014 combat shotgun, and a map to the Slimbridge Wetland Centre. You show those swans who's boss.
Well, what I like to do, I've been watching birds for many years now. What I like to do is I follow them out all the way across the countryside, and when they take a poop, I collect it together in a bag. And then once I've got the bags quite full, then I take it into the town centre, and then I smear it on the traffic crossings.
Good. Any final ones? Any more for any more? Any final ones?
What's that? It's giant. It's that giant white bird. Wait a minute. That's not a bird. That's a flying dog. And it's shouting something. Atreyu? What's that down there? That's a child horse drowning in shit.
And we will end it
For the rest
there.
of my life.